What's happening, everybody, and welcome to another one-on-one with the supervillain with me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington. Now, for those who are new to this, what I do is for my Patreon members who are part of my $25 and up tier to show my appreciation. I know it's not much, but I'm doing a one-on-one, just about an hour or so, candid conversation about any and everything. So many people have asked me before, yo, I just want to pick your brain. I want to ask you about this and that. And 9 times out of 10, I'm busy as shit. Let's just call it for what it is. But because people are willing to show me that type of love, I'm willing to sit there and say, let's do this. And it's been a great conversation thus far. I've had one, which was a great one, and I got my second one that's about to happen today. He's been a member of my squad for a minute, and he's been following me on what I do for a while, and I'm very appreciative and very grateful. I'm looking forward to this. So I'm talking to one and only, the homie, Mr. Rudy Rueda. What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Hey, Jay. Doing pretty good today. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. It's a Saturday morning. I'm doing this. I got some coffee. And after I'm done with this one, I got to do another one. Then I'm doing 2 back-to-back Focus T25 workouts. So,
yeah, I've been seeing those T25s. I looked into it. I was like, ooh, that looks a lot.
It is. You know what? So Winston A. Marshall got me into it because it's a part of a group. And so you start out on the alpha level, which of course gets you ready and revved up everything. And that's like 5 weeks or so. Then you go to beta, which starts to really kick your ass. And then after beta is gamma, and I'm terrified of what gamma is. But I'm terrified. But the thing is, like now with the group that we're in, instead of doing just the one workout, we do 2 a days. So we do in the morning we'll do the workout from the previous week, that day of the previous week, and then in the afternoon, evening, we do the same workout that we scheduled to do. So it makes you burn and work, and you're like, I hate everything about my life, but I tell everybody, because of course the gym's closed down again out here. So I was always doing it with the gym, but it's like, yo, I get to keep my exercise and my workout routine up. Plus, I got a yoga mat too. So I've been doing yoga with Adrian on YouTube. Let me just say this for the record. I give yoga with Adrian a lot of free publicity just to say it. Like, I'm the only black dude I know who's like, yo, I'm doing yoga with Adrian. What about you? So doing all that, man. So yeah, it's just been doing that, but it's been good because, a lot of people are trying to figure out how to either A, get in shape, or B, stay in shape throughout all this shit. And a lot of cities are locking back down. They just shut most of California back down. They're going to shut the whole thing down. And you in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all out here just reckless.
I'm not trying. I'm honestly I went to the gym the day that the order went through. I went in earlier because they closed down at 8, and I got there at 3. I did my 1-hour workout and then I bounced, and I've been looking for things to do at home. I bought a small weight set to just kind of do some like curls, and do some handholds for some push-ups. But I want to thank you, because of you I got inspired to start working out again. Really? So yeah, backstory. I found you because of the Unpopular Opinion Podcast Network.
Shouts out to the homies, them Adam Todd Brown and all the cats.
Yeah. So the episode with you and Vanessa Gritton and Adam, where she was talking about how she would sell her family for Kylo Ren, like a Kylo Ren mattress.
Yeah.
And you, that whole episode, I was dying laughing, and I was like, I gotta follow this guy. I gotta keep up. And then you mentioned when you launched your Patreon the first time, I was like, I'm signing up. I got to give this guy money. I got to let him know I support. And so, yeah, everywhere I go, whenever you drop news, I go into my friend groups and I'm like, yo, I just heard X is about to happen. Watch out for this in Spider-Man. When you drop the J. Jonah Jameson thing, I was like, you guys stay. You got it. You can't leave the theater early. I know we always stay anyways, but I got it on good authority.
Hey, man, it makes me feel good because a lot of people, when I first started dropping shit, people were like, how do you know this stuff? And I'm like, yo, you don't get it. I've been doing this long enough because I used to do it with Trusty Sidekick. So before I started doing Man Titan, so I've developed these relationships so I could find out certain things. And they'd be like, look, you ain't heard it from me. And I'm like, I never tell anybody where I heard anything from. And I'm like, yo, this is happening. And people like, it ain't happening until it happened. And they'd be like, well, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. With the whole, I think the biggest thing that was crazy to me with the whole Tom Holland and Venom, when I told everybody, when I was on Collider Live, and I was like, listen, me and John Schnepp was talking about that, Tom Holland film seems as Peter Parker for Venom, not Spider-Man. And then all of a sudden, everybody picked this shit up, and then everybody was, people who I didn't even know was liking nerd shit was hitting me up like, hey man, what what the fuck is this? I was like, But nah, man, seriously, I'm glad I could inspire you, man. A lot of people have been telling me that, and it's really weird because I always say this, and I just mean it from the bottom of my heart. I never originally meant to inspire people because for me, it was just I got to get myself in order. You know what I'm saying? Having almost died a couple years ago will put a lot of shit into perspective for you.
Right.
And so throughout that, I decided to lose more weight, to actually work out better and be more trained and more disciplined with my workouts and definitely my diet and what I ate. And so it's just like, all right, well, let me just post the pictures up to see, because I was always posting gym pictures no matter what. It was always something I was doing. But then it became, for lack of better words, a diary of the progress. You know, people are like, well, goddamn, how much slimmer and smaller are you trying to get? I'm like, yo, I'm just trying to be in the best shape I can be in.
Right.
You know, I'm not trying to be a certain size in particular, a certain weight. I'm just trying to be in the best shape. And then when people tell me like, yo, I saw that you can do it, then I can do it. And somebody told me this, they were like, if somebody with such a busy schedule as you can make sure they work out to do what they got to do, I can do it. And I was like, okay, because it caught me by surprise. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect it. And so to hear you say that, man, it means a lot to me. Seriously.
Yeah, I because of you, and then like Kevin Smith too, when he almost died, and he was like, I went vegan, I started losing weight. So like, it felt to me like the universe, God, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, you know, speaking out to me, was saying, hey, you know, you need to take better care of yourself. So I started the strong lift 5x5, because that was real easy. I knew how to do all of those workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is just like you do 5 sets of 5 of 3 workouts on alternating days, or it's 5 workouts total, but you do squats every day.
Okay.
Every other day. Well, you do them every other day, but I've been doing every day because I know I can lift heavier than I normally do, but I started real low.
Right.
So I just go, I'm like, I used to go every day until I would get to like my upper limit. And then I was going to go every other day, but gym's closed down. So what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So it's like a squat every day, and then it's a dumbbell press and a deadlift on one day, and then it's an overhead press and something else, and I can't think of it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And a bench. That's what it is. It's a bench.
Okay.
So it's a bench and an overhead press on one day, and then the deadlift and I can't even think of a barbell row. That's what.
Yeah.
So you do those 5 workouts. You do five sets of 5 every day, and you're in and out in like an hour. And it's a full body workout because you're doing squats, and then you do the barbell row, and then you do the deadlift. Yeah. So it's pretty intense.
Give you a workout, especially if you stay focused to it.
Yeah. You know, you find a good playlist and you just bang them out, and then I
think that's the big key. A lot of people forget that. A good play, like people will say, okay, the gym plays music, but that ain't always what'll pump you up. You need to have something for you, like that'll give. What would you say is yours for your workout?
My playlist that I listen to.
Yeah,
it's on Spotify, and it's just called Beast Mode.
That's my one for when I work out here at home.
Okay,
so work out at home is my Beast Mode one. So people really never understand this. Even my buddies who are in this business never understand it. My workout playlist is wrestling theme songs.
Okay. All right.
Because they're rock based. Most of them are rock based. Mm-hmm. And it's always something about rock music that will just force you to get aggressive and work. It won't allow you to just sit, you know what I'm saying? It won't allow you to just sit down. But the Beast Mode one, Beast is so dope.
It's pretty cool. That one's like a lot of like trap and hip hop sort of stuff. So you get ready, you like square up with the bench, you put the barbell on, you're like, okay, ready, 1, 2, 3, there's the drop, and then you drop with it, and then you just go.
How much have you lost, if I can ask?
I started about 3 months ago. Well, I mean, I started earlier than that, but then you fall off and you go back, and it's like you're always working, you're always trying to better yourself. So 3 months ago, I started getting serious about it, and I've lost about 10-15 pounds. I probably gained a few pounds back since the gym's closed. I haven't been great with my diet, but about 10-15 pounds. So I'm down to like 275, 280, right around there.
Congrats, dude. Seriously.
I used to be almost 300, and then Yeah.
As somebody who was pushing close to 4, if not over. So I've lost. So it's weird the way my weight loss is gone. My doctor told me if it was straight weight loss, I'd have lost almost 200. But because I put on muscle in the process, it won't. Muscle weighs more than fat.
Yeah.
But you can He was like, but you can clearly see it in your body that you've lost that weight. Like it's evident. It isn't one of those you'd be like, well, I've lost this weight, and you look at somebody and you'd be like, where? You people like that all the time. And so, but yeah, I think the motivation part is hard, and I'll admit that because there's times when I'm here by myself, like if I'm not doing a workout with the group, where I'm like, so what we gonna do, and like it's just I guess because I've just decided to push myself. Like I'm going back to Chicago on Monday. I'm going for a couple of weeks, like two weeks, because with them about to shut everything back down out here, I was like, I'm not staying in this motherfucking no. Like I did it the first time. I did it the first time everything was shut down, and I goddamn near lost my mind. I was like, I'm not doing this shit again. So I'm gonna go home, but luckily I have I have the Focus T25 workouts. The place I'm be at has internet, so I can still do the group workout. So I'll still be able to stay active. You know what I'm saying? So for those watching, and I know we just having a conversation, and I want to make sure people understand what this is. This is one of those conversations where how you've seen me on different things and you've heard me on different things where I have to pass over stuff to talk about. This ain't it. So if you got anything you've ever wanted to ask that you wanted to hear my full thoughts on, just so people who can know, like I said before, that's what this is. Where it's edited, it's candid, it's raw, it's unfiltered. I'm not going to say, well, I ain't going to talk about that. I'm like, no, let's just talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think because as a personality, I got to be kind of careful with what I say sometimes. And I also have to make sure that what I say is said right. And the same thing applies here. But I also have to just sometimes let it out. So I just want to put that out there. So we really go ahead. But yeah.
I mean, I don't have a ton of questions. I when we were talking in the chat earlier, I mentioned that I'm starting my own Twitch stream. Well, my sister and I have decided we decided a while ago to start a podcast called the Minority Movie Report. And so in the before times, the whole purpose of the podcast was, is the movie worth your time and is it worth your money? Like some movies might be worth your time, but not worth your money. You
That's
can
true.
go catch it, at home.
Man, listen, shouts out. I hate to say this to somebody who review movies, but sometimes those illegal sites be saving your life.
Yeah, really. I would never condone piracy.
I'm not saying I would do it. I'm just saying for those who've illegally done those heinous things and taken money away from the industry, sometimes they've done it for a movie where everybody was like, you shouldn't pay to see this. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that was the purpose of our show, and we got a few episodes out before everything started shutting down. But now we're going to be doing like Twitch streams and stuff like that. But like, how did you get started? I guess is like what made you decide I need to start the Mad Titan Channel podcast? I need to drop the news.
So literally, I was doing radio in Chicago for like 4 years. And I love doing live radio. That was just something I love to do. There's something about it where you have to be professional. You got to be on your game. And especially if you are a comedian like I am and you say you're funny, you got to be able to drop these jokes and do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, I've always been a nerd. And so I've always loved the comic book stuff. And this is when the Arrowverse like first started. And we were starting getting early phases of the MCU. And my buddy Bobby Hill and I, we would always just literally hang out. We two grown-ass men. We would just hang out and have a conversation about it. We would just have like long conversations. Mm-hmm. And so at one point we were like, yo, I think either Bobby or myself was like, yo, we should do this as a podcast. And we was like, all right. And I was like, cool. Now working for the radio station I worked at, I had access to the small studios. So I was like, yo, let's go in, let's record an episode. We can put it out, see what the feedback is like, and then we can go from there. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we went into one of the small studios and we recorded what was the first episode of the Trusty Sidekick podcast. And it was so funny because I went in and I was like, "Hey, what's happening, everybody? And welcome to the first episode of the Trusty Sidekick podcast with me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington. And he was like your resident superhero, Bobby Hill." And it literally stayed. And so we were doing this for a long time. We were doing this where it was like, okay, it was always stuff happening. There was always stuff to talk about. And so we would want to have these conversations with each other, but sometimes we'd be like, save it to record. So we kept doing that. And it kept getting traction because it wasn't like any other nerd podcast. It wasn't where it was like, well, this is happening, that's happening. It was two comedians talking about nerd shit who were two grown-ass black dudes who sound like just two regular black dudes having this discussion with you. You know what I'm saying? It was like you were talking to your friends.
Yeah.
Kept doing that. Eventually, I moved out here to California. He moved here as well a couple months later. We were trying to get it back and forth. We were still doing it. We got a chance to do a live version from Laugh Factory. We were on the Laugh Factory's network for a while. And one day, we had a real big disagreement about something. And we're still friends to this day. Still friends to this day. We had a disagreement about something. And then when we had a disagreement, I was like, you know what? I'm done. Take me out of it. I'm good. You can just lock out my access from it. So about a couple months sat around, and I was like, matter of fact, I started doing Screen Junkies and stuff by then. So we were still getting traction from me being on, like, now we're getting this recognition from it. So I was like, damn, what do I do? What do I do? Because people were asking, like, yo, is there another episode of Trusty Sidekick coming? And I was like, unfortunately, right now, we don't know. You know, like I said, we were on hiatus, and let's see what happens. And so I was like, well, fuck, what are we going to do? What am I going to do? And then I was like, yo, I'm just going to suck it up. I'm going to start my own. But then when I was like, I'm going to start my own, I was like, what can I call it? What about me can I call this that I would really gravitate to? And I was like, I want to do something comic book related, but something that seems like it'll be me and it'll be villainry at the same time. So I was like, Mad Titan. I was like, I'm calling it Mad Titan Podcast. Did the first episode. I was more nervous dropping the first episode of Mad Titan than I was dropping the first episode of Trusty Sidekick. Because it was me by myself now. It's just like, I didn't have no guest on there at the time. I was like, yo, I'm just going to put this out here to see who was fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if you were fucking with me back then. You'll still fuck with me through this. I'll explain things that happened with Trusty Sidekick. You know, like I said, I'll tell about the disagreement, but at the same time, Bobby and I are still friends to this day. And so I was like, all right, cool. And so it started getting a little traction. But again, I'm still doing Screen Junkies. Now I'm feeding over into Collider and doing shit with the Schmodown. And now I'm doing shit on Nerdist, Hyper RPG. All these different networks are bringing me in. So they're like, yo, where can people find you? And I'm like, the Mad Titan Podcast. And people coming to listen. Then I'm gaining all the followers from not only who listen, but people in the industries. I found I started listening.
Okay.
Like, we like the way you talk about it. Like, it's kind of raw. It's rough. If you don't have the ears for it, you can't handle it. But also, you don't just discredit and down something just to down it. Like, people are shit on a movie or a TV show, like, yo, this shit's trash, it's garbage. And that's it. But one of the things that you know me, I've never just done that.
Yeah.
If you ever say something's trash, I got the reason why I'm telling you. I've got a lot. I've built up my reasons to back up my case. Now, I might be wrong in my opinion, but again, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
So doing that allowed me to have these connections with people who work on TV shows and movies. When I started getting my connection with people in the Arrowverse directly, that's when I knew I might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
still waiting for that Jay Washington guest spot.
Hey, let me tell you something, brother. That is currently in the works. That's as much as I can say, as it is currently in the works. I'll say as much as I'll say to that. If it was easier to just go and do work in Canada, I would.
Right.
It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of money, a lot of stuff, a lot of Canadian rules for their actors that literally will negate some American actors because they have to have Canadian workers, which I'm like, I completely get that. Yeah. You know, you're shooting in their country, their workers should come first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, that's basically how it was. It was Trusty Sidekick failed. I stepped out on faith. and was like, let's do this and see what happens. And I'm 68 episodes in. Like, I got a chance to do it live. I think it was last year. Yeah, last year I did it live from Salt Lake City at FanX Salt Lake Comic Con. And I was like, I'd been here a year prior. You know, they knew me, they knew of me. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be all right. This would probably be a decent recording. You know, they put me in the second biggest room they had in the convention center. Like the main biggest room is the grand ballroom. That holds 7,000 people. I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm getting 7,000 people. You know, I'm gonna be real with myself. Not 7,000 people in Utah. They put me in their second biggest room. And when I went into their second biggest room, I'm going in to get ready set up. I turn around and look, and the room is damn near full.
Nice.
I was like, what the fuck? Because
that's gotta be real. Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's just stepping out on faith and knowing that if you can do something and you gotta have something that people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's a bunch of nerd podcasts. There are a bunch of black dudes doing nerd podcasts. That's another thing. It's all about what makes me different than everybody else.
Yeah. And I guess that's what I'm kind of struggling with. Mine is I'm Mexican and my sister's black. And so it's kind of two different perspectives. Like I grew up very different from what she grew up. And so when we watch movies, we take two different perspectives.
So what's the problem, dude? Just that alone? Bro, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Just what you just told me alone in that little 10 seconds makes that shit worth listening to off jump.
Okay. Well, the first two episodes are just me because she was going for her, or she is going for her master's. Mm-hmm. So she couldn't really jump in as often as she'd like. Yeah. So I'm like, hey, get your education because this will be here when you're done, when you're finished with that. So yeah. So now we got a camera, we have microphones, I got a computer, I got a nice setup. So now we're gonna start recording hopefully in the next week or so because I also hired an artist to do intro art for us, and then I hired a guy to do some After Effects stuff for us for our intro. So I don't know, we're gonna have like an animated intro. I'm kind of excited for.
Dude, that's bro. Let me tell you something. To have all that already set up, to have everything to go, like it's a bunch of motherfuckers that get podcast shit. Like, yo, I'm gonna make a podcast and have all the equipment and everything, but they don't have anything that's unique. Mm-hmm. And what you just said, like, yo, first of all, you said my sister. I'm Mexican. My sister is black. That's two different perspectives off jump. You guys look at movies and look at life, and you just said how you guys grew up is different. Take that to apply to, breaking down certain movies. Dude, that shit is golden. And I'm not just saying that to say that. I wish I had a sibling that was another race for me, and we could literally do it that way and have something to talk about, because now it intrigues people. Because somebody who might normally you would think would listen to her perspective want to hit yours, and vice versa. So I'm like, dude, that shit is, bro. You have whatever I can do to help push that shit when it comes out. Let me know.
When we get started, when we finally start, because I want to get like 4 or 5 episodes in before we start publishing, and then before we start doing streams. Because the way I want to, in my head, the way it plays out is we put episodes up like you do. We do Spotify, YouTube, we do podcasts, and then YouTube at the same day, same time. And then we do, and then like once a week, we'll do like a Twitch stream. Like, hey, put out on social media. It's like, hey, we're watching this movie. Should be finished. We're watching this movie, and then we'll give you like our raw thoughts like at 8 later today. So join us on the stream and get our raw thoughts and interact with us and ask us questions about the movie, so that way you can watch the movie and then come in and talk to us about your thoughts, and then we can have like a dialogue and interaction. And so that's kind of what I want for the chat, for the podcast. So,
and the thing you're talking about movies, the fact that there aren't any movies directly coming out just yet, anything you talk about film-wise is evergreen, so it'll last.
Yeah. So we're doing Eurovision, Old Guard, Palm Springs, and I think we're gonna watch a show. We haven't decided which one though.
I fucking loved Old Guard. You probably heard the most recent episode. Like I was talking about how I'm finding out more. Like I knew about all these other comic book companies. I always knew about them. Of course, you grew up as a comic book nerd. But to find out, so I knew Mark Millar had a bunch of shit auctioned off to Netflix. But when you find out all this other stuff that's comic book based, and you're like, well, let me check this out. And you're like, oh, well, let me start Googling on it. You know what I'm saying? And like, dude, Old Guard was dope. Like I said, I watched Warrior Nun too.
Oh, I finished. I did Warrior Nun in one day. I wasn't even like.
It took me 2 because I started watching it late one day. And next thing I know, I was going through, like, I was trying to work on my computer and doing stuff. And I'm like this. Like, literally. Okay, so I'll probably do a review. Spoiler alert, whatever. Fuck it. What'd you think?
I loved it. Holy shit. The end of season 1. How do they do that? How they're daring Netflix, like, don't give us season 2. We dare you.
But that's smart. You put every, because like I know when I wrote, so I'm writing a pilot, and my boy who read my pilot was like, "Yo, you got to give them, you can't leave them so much on a cliffhanger. You got to give them everything in the pilot." Which I get it. You would think they would give you everything in one season, and they literally said, "Shit's getting good. Stop."
Yeah, it ended. I was like, "Okay, next episode." Where's the next episode?
Dude, wait, I started looking at the bottom of my screen for that watch credits of next episode, and shit didn't pop up. I was like, so the fuck? Like,
you just gonna do me like that? Okay, that's cool.
So I didn't know the girl who plays the lead, who plays Ava, this is her first American role. Where she speaks English the entire role. And I was like, okay.
Really?
Yeah. First of all, let's just be realistic. When you hear the title Warrior Nun, you're going to be either intrigued or be like, this shit is dumb. Because you just hear the term Warrior Nun.
It sounded like a B-list movie. Like, have you seen
Velocipaster?
Oh, I'm sorry?
The Velocipaster?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I watched this shit and was crying laughing for the entire time. I was like, it can't be this dumb. It can't. It just can't.
It's exactly as dumb as the name sounds, and I love it. I love every minute of that stupid-ass movie.
Oh, my God. And it gets progressively worse throughout the entire movie.
I think it's like a new Sharknado. If nobody's seen Velocipaster, you need to watch Velocipaster. It's beautiful. You'll cry laughing.
His name is Frankie Mermaid because he's swimming in bitches. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
But yeah, when I saw, like I said, because you see these movies with priest and nun and whatnot, and you hear some of these different comic book titles have had them as fighters, as actual fighters. You're like, okay. But it's just the way the combination of warrior nun. Like, wait, Mother Superior is gonna whoop somebody's ass. That's literally how I thought. Then come find out Mother Superior in the goddamn series is a bad fighter.
Fuck. She whooped ass with that cane.
Yo, she was, and the best part was she had it so smooth where all she had to keep doing was just move up my fucking arm and just slide to the side. She pop, 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 like, oh.
Yeah. She hit the hell out of that bad nun. I forget what her name is, but
Sister Crimson, she slapped the shit. Yo, wow. Like, dude, I was like, it was so, because again, you see the first episode and you're like, what the fuck is a gear in her back? Because I thought it was a gear. I was like, what type of mystical clock shit? And you're like, no, it's an angel's halo. What?
Yeah, which turns out not an angel's halo, but a devil's halo, because that guy's.
Which is, so that's another thing. So let's just fuck it.
Go. Let's do this.
Devils have halos.
That makes. Because I'm Catholic, so that makes sense. Because devils are fallen angels. So that for me that makes sense. Because it's like, yeah, what else would a devil be? It's just a fallen angel. So yeah, they got halos. I want to know what those fiery things are and why they're associated with heaven.
Which fire?
The Tarrasque.
Well, they're from hell.
Okay.
The Tarrasque are demons.
Okay, so those are canonically okay. I was a little confused on that part.
Yeah, according to the show, the Tarrasque are demons, but that's why, because again, you would think heaven because you think Adriel is an angel.
Mm-hmm.
Turn to find out he's not an angel, so all that's connected to hell. But
okay.
You see what I'm saying? He's not, and technically, he's not even a devil. Remember, Lilith was like, "I know what you truly are."
Oh shit, that's right. Right at the end when they whooped,
his ass. She was like, "You're a thief." So he basically stole it to have the ability. But
okay,
if I'm getting that right, you know what I'm saying? Like he stole it to get the abilities, but I want to know what the fuck is Lilith. Like,
she got demon powers now. She just teleporting.
This girl got claws and was fucking people. When I tell you she cut that bitch head off was just like swat, like oh. But I think what made it more fucked up for me was the fact that Mother Superior and Father Vincent just looked. It was like, well, that bitch is dead. Did you He just looked. It was like, eh.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like Father Vincent, after the fact, 20/20 vision. You're like, oh, that makes sense because that other nun's getting in the way. So let her kill her. But Mother Superior, I was like, you just gonna let her slice that chick's throat and you just let walk by you
with no problem?
Like, I know.
Hindsight is 20/20. Hindsight is 20/20 because the whooping of the ass with the cane. You know what I'm saying? So this was before. So it's kind of like,
she could have whooped her out, or like at least stalled her, but I don't know.
Damn.
I think that show gets wild.
What'd you say?
I said that show is wild.
One of the dope parts at the end when all the nuns was fighting dude, when he was like, all left for nothing. They was like, no, we just needed 7 minutes. I was like, okay, as an actor and now somebody trying to write a script, I was like, that is the dopest line I think I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. To say, we just needed 7 minutes. Because you forget they kept saying the Halo needs 7 minutes to recharge. All they said was, no, we just needed 7 minutes.
It took us 4 minutes to get up here. We need to stall you for 2. We talked for 2. We just need to stall you for 1 more. We're good.
We all good. We good. Let this happen. I was like, fuck. And then, so my homegirl, Markia McCarty, she hit me on Twitter. She was like, so is there more to Shotgun Mary than just her guns? I was like, she's a badass, though.
I love Shotgun Mary. She's amazing.
That whole her and Lilith in episode 3, I think 4 or something like that. Her and Lilith on the boat, on the dock and the boat.
That was so good. The choreography, where they start on the dock and they go to the boat and then they whoop each other's ass in the bathroom.
The choreography on Beatrice was the baddest motherfucker. First of all, when she took down the chain mask, when she had it wrapped up like a headscarf, and proceeded to fuck them security.
Yeah, when they snuck into the research center.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was like, this is some John Wick level just ass whooping.
That was another thing too with that. It had so many levels. Like at first I wasn't catching on when she was translating Ariella's story, and I was like, oh, Beatrice is a lesbian.
Yeah, because they were giving each other some looks, like when she's like trying to pass through the concrete.
Yeah. Well, Beatrice was low-key was feeling Ava.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I don't know if Ava was like, all right, you like a sister, you my friend, you my homie. Like, I don't know if Ava has the same vibe for her. Maybe she will. But Beatrice was like, I got you, baby. Like, oh. Dude, it's fucking good. I was telling my buddy this because I didn't get a chance to do the review. I like the fact that, and people may get mad when I say this, we've been seeing a lot more dope ass female led movies, especially action movies, where it's not, as some people would say, shoehorned in and the shit is just forced. Like, they are bad at, again, the old guard. Charlize Theron has always been a badass. Like, clearly she doesn't want to do Marvel. I think that's the only way you can say that. Like, she doesn't want to do Marvel. Because if I'm Kevin Feige and them, I'd have been asked her.
Yeah, you'd be dumb not to. She's amazing. She's an amazing actress, and she's dedicated to the craft. Like she goes in. She's like dedicated the way Keanu's dedicated.
Yes.
So, like, why would you not want somebody with that level of professionalism, caliber of professionalism in your films? You'd be a fool.
You'd be a fool. And so, like, you watch what she did, and then you watched how her and Kiki Lane are the main two in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Then you watch Alba, I can't remember her last name, and Toya Turner, who plays Sister Mary, and all the rest of the nuns, and they are all standing over Father Vincent and Duretti, and all the dudes are just lesser than.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not to belittle them, but it's like, this is showing you that women can be badass. And to watch the nuns training in the church, I was like, is Jesus cool with this? Like,
just swinging nunchucks and bow staffs.
It makes me want to join a monastery just to be like, hey, look, so y'all doing this for the nuns. What y'all out here doing for the monks?
Hey, and listen, I wanted, coming out of high school, I wanted to be a priest. I was going to join the fatherhood for like 2 years. I did like a bunch of retreats and stuff, and I was on a first name basis with the Bishop of Santa Fe.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got to sit down and have like a 30-45 minute conversation with him, and then at the end of it, he was like, you got fire for God, but I don't think this is where you belong. And he's absolutely right. I love women way too much.
I went to a Catholic grammar school and a Catholic high school. For my first 2 years, I went to Catholic high school. Let me tell you something. They're like, you got to make vows to God. I was like, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. My vow of celibacy, I'm going to hell off masturbation alone. Like, something got to give. Like, if I can't, and I understand it's considered to be a selfish thing. But it's better to know myself and say, let me
give me a cute girl in a summer dress. Oof.
And oh, Lord have mercy. Women are beautiful especially when it comes to sundress. See, that's why I love the summer. You like those sundresses, you're just like, mwah, chef's kiss. Just like women love to see dudes in gray sweatpants. Like, they see a man in gray sweatpants, they like, what you got? And I'm like, nah, I didn't buy me a pair. I bought me a pair of gray sweatpants just because. And you see all that, man. It's interesting. Everybody thought Netflix was gonna struggle. Mm-hmm. Remember, everybody thought Netflix was gonna struggle and shit when Netflix had to start losing all their properties because all these streaming services and all this stuff was gonna happen. Stuff was going specifically to Hulu. You were hearing about HBO Now and Disney Plus and all this, and everybody like, well, damn, Netflix gonna suffer. Netflix was like, hold my beer. And they, what I'm saying? Netflix was like, nah, bitch, we good. Netflix,
yeah, they were like, sorry, I was like, they're like, let's get everybody. You wanted to direct, line up, show me what you got. We'll greenlit everything for like a year and a half.
We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna greenlight it. We're going to produce it. We're going to show it. We're going to put it out there. Now, it's got to get the reception, because if it don't get the reception, we're not following up with it. But then you hear stuff get the reception, you're like, well, damn, I didn't know they were doing this. And I think Netflix found their heart when they started doing their own documentaries.
Yeah.
Because remember, for a while, let's just be honest, before recently, their original programming, you were like, ugh. It was like, ugh. But then they started doing them documentary. Man, people were watching Evil Geniuses, the Fire Festival documentary. Jeffrey Epstein, Tiger King, the Aaron Hernandez joint. Like, everybody's watching. I ain't never seen this many people that are under the age of 60 watching documentaries like this, unless you are studying to be a documentarian.
Yeah, they found like the perfect. They're like, let's get something interesting, send somebody with a camera crew, and just let them record it. And they, instead of trying to like chum the waters for interesting stuff, they're like, they're like, you people know what's out there. Bring us the interesting stuff, and we'll greenlight it.
And you find out a lot of this shit had been already in the works. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, some of the footage you get from them, some of this shit, like, the only way you can get this is if you've been, really following this for a while. Like, it's easy to find old archival footage and videos and stuff and all that. But then it's like some of this is like, yo, people probably were already on this, and they were like, we need somebody who will pick it up. And Netflix was like, how much you want for that?
Don't fuck with cats. That's another.
Don't fuck with cats. Fucked everybody's head up because it wasn't exactly what you thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I watched it and I was like, wait, what?
Am I the bad guy?
I was like, oh. I was like, oh, dude. I mean, this all started with dude just literally being, demented and torturing a cat. And by them torturing a cat, he becomes a serial killer. They track this motherfucker in a Facebook group. Like,
yeah. That show is right. Like, you don't fuck with cats on the internet.
Nope. I know so many people who like are avid pet lovers. Like, I love animals. I love them. I love dogs more than anything. My roommate has a cat, and he's an asshole. It's what it is. He's cute as fuck though. You know, he one of these cute little assholes. He one of these like, I'm all white and light gray and look at my purty eyes and shit, and I'll come rub up against you. But then I'm a dick because I'm gonna make your allergies go up. I'm like, fuck you. Because I got a bunch of allergy pills, but watching that, I was like, yo, I never thought I'd be finding myself entrenched in documentaries. But again, this whole global pandemic shit, bro, I've binged on so much shit and watched so much shit that I've either needed to watch or had intended to watch and just was like, I don't know what else to watch.
Yeah. I'm in construction, so I've been working. I don't thank God for that, because
things always need to be built and stuff like that.
But but because everything's closed down, I don't have anywhere to go after work, or I don't go to movie theaters anymore. So yeah, I've just been catching up on a bunch of shit too. A lot of anime. Been watching a ton of anime lately.
That's my next thing. Like, I started Naruto, but because I want to finally catch up on it. But it was like once I started it, I think I started doing something else, and then I just lost track. Like, I can pick back up what episode it is because I'm still early in it. I ended up watching, like, I was supposed to watch. Everybody had kept talking about Dave, Lil Dicky show.
Yeah.
FX. So low key, little secret. I think I said it on Blurs or some shit like that. But so I auditioned for a role in Dave.
Okay.
So I thought the role was bigger than what it was at first, and it wasn't. I didn't get the role. So I'm petty. There's nothing to it. I'm petty. So if I audition for your show and I don't get the role, guess how I feel about your show? Fuck that show. I don't want to watch it. Like, people be like, yo, are you watching such and such? I'd be like, nope. They'd be like, why not? Didn't get the role on the show. I ain't watched an episode of NCIS Los Angeles yet. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never watched New Girl because I was never gonna watch Dave. Never. Because like I got the audition. I did a self tape for it. My agent hit me back. Was like, yo, they love you. I was like, okay, get me on TV. And then it was nothing. And I was like, I hope this whole motherfucking production I was so petty because everybody be like, yo, you watching Dave? I'll be like, is your mama watching Dave? Because I just want to watch it. But then, like I said, I took the time since all this and I watched all of it. And I was like, holy fuck, this is an amazing show.
Okay.
So what it did, that literally, Little Dicky show made me realize I might not have to be petty no more like that. I guess because it's just you fucking have, as an actor, you work to try to be on TV and film. I mean, I've been blessed to do a couple things already. I'm never take that for granted. But it's like you also have to understand that when you audition for something and you don't get it, you just move on to the next thing. It's done. You just didn't. Man, my soul, there's a speck of this thing in my heart. It's called the petty chamber. And when I try to seclude it, it just somehow stays away until something happens, and then the chamber opens up, and this little bitty chamber houses all of this petty that just goes my entire spirit. So yeah, I gotta stop doing that so much, man.
Hey man, it happens. We all been there.
Oh, I can tell you about that, especially in this internet world, dog. Man, listen. Can we be real for a second?
Absolutely.
I was so heated the past 48 hours because I did not get a Comic-Con panel.
Damn.
I was heated. Here's why. I knew, like maybe years prior, I wasn't known well enough. I knew I could do it, but I didn't have the name value behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I knew it wasn't he's the dude. He's the dude. So it's like, okay, I will work to build that up. I was like, okay, well, I should be able to get a panel this year. Good. Then here come a pandemic. Well, Comic-Con shut down. I had hopes and dreams. And then I hear Comic-Con at home is happening. And I'm like, oh, there might be some hope. And then I don't hear shit. And I'm like, I'm just a bitch. But then I realized I went on Instagram Live about a month and a half ago and told somebody I'd fight them in the street. And I was like, that might have done it.
Yeah, you can't be threatening people.
Huh?
Can't be threatening people.
Hey, man, listen. So people were like, I remember it too, because I remember Winston had to call me the next day, was like, did you? And I was like, no, I didn't threaten anyone. It was a promise. I was like, I didn't threaten anyone. I was like, it was a promise at the time. Like at the time, I was like, I'll find you in these streets and stomp your motherfucking. I was so upset and heated, but also I attribute that to the testosterone I was taking. I was taking extra. Like my testosterone levels ain't low, but I was like, I'm trying to get a little bit more size. So let me take these nice, healthy testosterone pills I found on Amazon that had great reviews. You know what I'm saying? I looked at the reviews before I just bought the pills. Bought the pills, and then, well, goddamn it, I was like, I'm ready to kill it. Man, I was ready to punch through brick walls. And I realized that actually had enhanced my anger issues. Like I can control my anger, but like I had that point, and I was like, okay, so my anger's up. I just snapped out on Instagram Live. Somebody probably recorded this. Like I was going so hard, bro. I was like, I don't give a fuck who recording this. And I was like, in the back of my mind, there was a voice was like, you really do though. You should give a fuck who says it. Like, and I was like, shut the fuck up, let us talk. And I just was going. Then all that happened, and like I said, when Winston was like, hey man, you gonna fuck it up for everybody. I was like, I was upset. And then I realized after some other shit that happened, I was like, you know what? I just bought a new set of these pills. I took a video, sent it to Winston, and I sent it to my homegirl. I was like, here's me dumping these pills out of the container into the garbage. So, because if somebody throws something in the container just straight away, you can always pull the container out. I was like, nope. I said, we're not doing that no more.
Damn. Yeah, that extra testosterone it'll make you rage easy.
And it was like, everybody's like, are you on steroids? It's like, no, I'm working out, just taking this natural testosterone booster. It's supposed to build my stamina and my strength. And like, yo, calm the fuck down. Dog, when I tell you, I was so motherfucker. I snapped out on my roommate over some stupid shit. Because at one point she was like, do you think you need to be taking all these supplements? Because I used to take supplements a lot. Yeah. But I was again, when I first started like when I hit my stride in wrestling, when I hit my stride, I was taking, I was like, yo, I gotta be bigger if I want to get noticed. I gotta be bigger. And I was taking so much shit, and I was around this motherfucker like one walking muscle. I had no definition. I was just yeah. I was just a solid muscle. I was walking around like a pit bull off a leash. You know what I'm saying? And so I was doing it again, but it was different. I was like, I'm not taking all this extra stuff. I'm only taking this. And I didn't realize, because, again, the way my body chemistry had changed from almost dying, which is why I can't even eat red meat anymore, my body chemistry now is different. So it reacted differently to the testosterone pills. And I was around this bitch like, Hulk smash. It was like, yo, Hulk, they just said I'm sorry. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so, yeah, but yeah, overall, going back to the story, I thought that I would have had a panel. So I was upset. But, I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw DC Fandom coming up in August. So I was like, all right, if I don't get something out this motherfucker. Yeah. This is post pills. Now let me just say this too. This is post pills, so you know this, all right?
Yeah.
As much as I praise the Arrowverse, the shit on DC Universe, I'm like, I need to get something. But then again, my brain had to say, well, let's be realistic. There's a crew from DC Daily. You know what I'm saying? That they would probably give it to.
Yeah, Hector and all those guys.
Clark, all of them that were on Tiffany, all of them that were on the show. Like, those are the homies. I'm cool. However, I know for a fact some of them don't really like the stuff they're paid to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, let's see what can happen. So I've been talking to some people like, yo, it's a possibility you might do some stuff. And I'm like, just let me know. So now that I know that there's a possibility I might do some things, if I snap on anybody on Twitter and Instagram, I got to be real, I hate to say I got to be real polite with it in a sense. I can't be the point, I'll find you and I'll burn your motherfucking house to the ground. I can't do that right now. But yeah, it's just, I guess I work my ass off to show that I'm good enough to do anything else that people will think I can't do. And so, like, my goal is to moderate, you know, as much as I want to be on TV and film. That's the end goal. I love being on stage. I know I'm telling you so much you probably didn't ask for. Probably don't give a shit.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
So, I love being on stage first and foremost. Being able to stand up is dope. Being a stand-up opens the door to potentially get more TV and film roles. Being more TV and film roles open up the door to being on stand-up more, traveling and touring. If that happens, if we're ever able to have people in places again. But also, I know being on the internet stuff, it makes your name known and it gets you these internet numbers, which you need to have. Like, they don't care about they care about your personality, but 9 times out of 10 now they care about your numbers. So it's like, okay, I can do all this. And so it's like, okay, I want to do this. I want to be able to say, yeah, I moderated a panel in either Hall H or Ballroom 20. Mm-hmm. That's all. I just want to say, yo, I moderated those panels because I know I can do it. You know, again, they gave me panels at the Grand Ballroom in Salt Lake City, and the Grand Ballroom holds 7,000 people. And I have literally rocked 7,000 people. And so it was like, I know I can do this. And like I said, it was just ego.
Yeah.
Ego.
It's ego's tricky because it shows you, I don't know, it helps you get what you deserve, but you got to keep it in check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because your ego's like, I deserve this. This should be mine.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to chase your dreams, if you got high aspirations like you do or like I do, because like I want to be a writer. In something, anything. I love to write.
I'm not like you said. I want something, anything.
Right now, I don't have anything specific I want to write in. I just want to get my ideas out there, even if it's just like as a movie reviewer who publishes posts. Like, I don't know. Have
you started doing that?
I've been. Yeah, I write scripts. Technically, they're just outlines of what I want to talk about in the movie.
I'm talking about that's cool, but have you written any like movie review blog posts?
No, I haven't.
You realize who you're talking to first and foremost. Yeah. You realize I'm the same dude on Mad Titan that I am everywhere. Fuck you waiting on.
That's fair.
Because it's simple, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's as simple as all I want to do is write movie review blog posts, right? Just to start out, just to have something out there. Mm-hmm. It takes nothing to have a movie that's favorite in your head, a favorite movie of yours, and just type it out. Type it out. Maybe make I don't know, Tumblr ain't shit no more, but get a regular WordPress site real quick, and start posting it. And then just use the right, hashtags, which are easy to find because it's really just the name of whatever you're talking about and certain things that's attached to it, and just keep doing it. Because the more you do it, the more you're comfortable with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the first time you're gonna be like, "Shit, am I writing this right? Am I doing this right? Is anybody gonna, connect to this?" But you won't know unless you do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
interesting.
Just go ahead and do it.
Because my favorite movie right now, or it has been for a long time, is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and the 10th anniversary is coming up. So, I could write that. So, for me personally, I've always said it's a love story for a new generation because it's video games, it's pop culture, it's music, it's God damn, I love that movie so much.
So you notice how all that basic statement you said right there, you just said it to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's like your opening statement in your whole review about it. And then you go into depth. Why do you feel it's all these different things and connects how it connects to you and how you see it compared to today's modern age?
Yeah.
And this has been Life Lessons with Jay Washington. No, it's serious. I mean, because I had to learn that. I had to learn that too. Like when it came to, I've always loved wrestling. I had to join a wrestling school. I had to suck up paying money for it. Fuck it, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be I didn't really want to, but I got asked to do stand up, and I was like, okay, I think I can be better at this. But I had to get on stage, so I just had to do it. I wanted to act. All right, well, I have to know how to act first and foremost, and then I have to audition to be able to be on stuff. I got to fail, but I got to end up doing it. I wanted to start writing articles for websites, just to say my little thoughts. I don't want to have to be the one. I understand people want these whole 300 word, extensive blah, blah, blah articles. I'm like, I can give you a quick summarization in 250 words and be good. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a professional writer per se. I'm not trying to, that's my job, making sure I'm right. I'm at the computer all day, every day. I left my office job because I did not want to be at the computer all day, every day.
Yeah.
But I had to write them, and I did. The first major article I wrote was something for myself that I posted on Cinelinks and on Mad Titan. It was called "Why Black Panther Deserves His Best Picture Oscar." And I broke down because a lot of people are like, oh, they just gave it because it's this woke culture, blah 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 blah. And so I broke down all these different elements of why, to me, it's considered the best picture of the year. And a lot of people are like, shit, when you break it down like that, all these different elements, it was like, yeah. I was like, granted, it didn't win. We knew. I think everybody knew it wasn't going to fucking win.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knew it wasn't going to win. Look, the movie that won that year, I don't think anybody can complain anymore because the movie that won that year was Green Book.
Oh.
Wasn't it?
Maybe.
Hold on.
You're going to make me Google something, aren't you?
I'm about to Google it myself. What year was Black Panther nominated for Best Picture? All right, accolades. It was Academy Awards Best Picture, was nominated. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Green Book won that year.
That feels insulting.
And that was the year it was Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, A Star is Born, and Vice.
3 of those movies deserved it more.
You know what I'm saying? So people be like, oh, it shouldn't have got nominated. Motherfucker, Green Book, another slave movie per se, as we call them, a white man savior movie, won.
Yep.
Like, stop. That was the way you tried to. Everybody knew what that was. That was the movie you're trying to say, well, we are trying to say we're woke, so here it was like, no.
We solved racism. It's fine.
What we think we might have a clue. It's like, no, that ain't the case. That wasn't it at all. But I wrote about that. And so, like I said, when I write these certain little articles on different things on the websites, when I have to write like, oh, this is happening with this show or this movie, I always make it a point when I write it. I write down the pertinent information. Oh, this actor was cast, blah, 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 blah. This is who they may play. Now, this is what it could mean. This is what I feel like it's going to mean. I want to know what you think. And I write that. But I just write because I want to have it out there. Again, I do the podcast. Nobody needs to know. Nobody would know I talk about this shit like that if on a professional level, if I didn't have something out there to show proof. If I didn't do it, I just probably wouldn't be some random dude jumping on Collider and Nerdist and all that other stuff when I did. So I say all that to say is, all you got to do is you got to start.
Yeah.
You got to start. I get it. It's one of those things. You just said it yourself. Because of everything being shut down, once you come from work, you really had nothing to do. Granted, you ain't got to sit down and write 1,000 words in one day.
Right.
You can write, save. You may go write something else. You may go do something else, but you started the process. And then I promise you, as you write, your brain will be like, yo, you should add this to it. You should add that to it. You should do this. You should do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the small stepping stone the small step you got to take.
Okay. Yeah. This is why I wanted to do this. Because you, like I said, you inspire me. Then this is fucking great advice. I appreciate this so much.
No problem.
If you don't mind, because I wanted to talk to you first and do this one. But next time, do you mind if I bring my sister on so you can talk to her?
Look, you ain't gotta say nothing but a word. You already got it. If she wants to be on, it's cool. I'm enjoying this, bro. So you have no problem out of me. But yeah, especially like I say, if you want to talk about what y'all about to do and anything, I don't care. I'm here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, and I'm gonna hit you up because, like I said, you inspire me. I consider you kind of like a mentor. If it's not too much, I don't want to.
No.
Like, because you see all these people, but I like doing their thing, and it means a lot to me to be able to talk to you about like ideas that I got.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't mind, I'd appreciate kind of like your.
Let me tell you something real quick. As much as you say that to me, you got to remember I said that to somebody else, and I still do. One of my best friends, one of my best friends, and he's had my back for so long. He's a writer on one of my favorite TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, he's not just a writer; he's the story editor on one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
So, on top of that, he is working on several other pilots and projects, not just pilots and projects that have been optioned and already picked up by major productions. And he does not stop. And so I pick his brain with certain things. And I tell him consistently, I let him know, yo, you inspire the fuck out of me. Like if I feel like I'm doing too much, I watch what you do. Like every time I look up, I'm working on this, I'm working on that, I'm writing this, and I just got hollered at about that. I'm like, okay, so that makes me know that if you can do that, I can do that too. I might not be able to do it the exact same way, but I know if I put effort, I can do something.
Okay.
And so, yeah, man, I have zero issue with it. I have zero issue with it. I don't even take it as a big head, like, hell yeah, I'm your motherfucker. No, I get it. I get it. We all have somebody who encourages us, who we look at or we look to and we're like, yo, they push their way and they do this. I can do shit too. So by all means, bro, we did this because of what it is on the Patreon, but at the same time, I was honored to do it because again, to get to sit and talk like this, to get to sit and talk like this. So yeah, I mean, whatever, bro, it's not a problem. But yeah, you just no matter what though, throughout all that, you need to start to write something.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna start today. I gotta go pick up a dollhouse.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't saying like right. I'm not gonna say, look, so it's almost time to be done. You need to fucking start writing. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Saying you gotta start. Whether it's Microsoft Word, whether it's Final Draft, whatever, you need to open up a blank sheet on either one of those. Start typing. And I would say the best thing to do. This is one thing I learned, and this I don't know if this applies to everybody else, but this is something I was told by a couple of people when I decided I want to write a pilot. And they were like, what do you want to write about? I was like, well, this. They were like, start typing. Just start typing. Kind of how they were like, kind of how a script is formatted. Excuse me, because of acting and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to TV and film, it's two different things, but the general. They're like, start typing. Try to worry about as typing, spelling and grammatical errors as few as you can, but let it out. Just regurgitate it out. Let it all out. Because once you get it out, you can see what you got. And then you can all right, I can change this. I don't need that. I can move this here. I can do that. I can say this better this way. I can say that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. Seriously.
And man, pleasure's mine. Pleasure's mine. Because like I said, it's just it's so easy for a lot of us to say we want to do something. So many people look at the TVs and the movies and be like, I want to be on that. I want to be on a TV show. I want to be on a movie. And they think it's just as easy as sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to be a waiter in Hollywood and somebody's going to discover me. Or they think they're going to have that one role and it's going to pop. And that's not the case. Dog, before we get done with this, I literally thought I had to be humbled. When I tell you humbled, when I booked Chirac, I was cool. I was like, yo, I'm in a Spike Lee joint. Cool. When I found out what I was doing, I was like, yo, okay. When I filmed, I was like, word. Okay, I'm good. People gonna know me. When the trailer dropped, no matter what the reactions were, no matter what they were, I was like, yo, that's me all the way through that. That's me. That's me. I'm good. Went to the premiere in Chicago, had already said I'm moving to LA. I want to be in LA when this movie drops. So because I'm a comic, I already been working my ass off. I should be able to get on these stages. I should be able to go do what I got to do because you know why? I'm in a major motion picture. That's a Spike Lee joint, and it's coming out right now. I should be able to do it. I got to LA and was like, yo, so what I need to do to get on the stage? Yo, I got these credits. I'm in the Spike Lee joint. It's about to come out. Everybody's like, so? Who are you? And I was like, wait a minute. You mean that I'm in a movie that's like the trailers that you see is all me. Like I've been in the Variety. I've been in the Hollywood Reporter before, mentioned by name. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, I should be on these stages. I should be doing this. And it was like, and I should be able to get this role and do this. Oh, that's what you thought? And it was humbling. It brought me down. I was like, oh, okay. So I got to make y'all know me. Then started working, busting your ass. Oh, I'm good. I'm out here doing the same thing. Y'all should know who I am. Who are you? I'm dude that's doing. No. Oh, you think you deserve some shit. No. You think you just gonna get it because of that? Sit back and just wait. And I was like, what? You get humbled.
Yeah.
Get humbled.
Appreciate that advice. I guess I just stay grinding, start working, and then stay grinding. Man, I could tell you, I'll say that for next time. I can tell you my within the past, my life in general is one that a lot of people would be shocked that I'm here today. I ain't got the Cinderella story per se. I ain't had the most pristine life. I've been through so much shit. And let alone, let's just say the past 5 years. Since I called my past 5-6 years, since I tried to move and everything, to the point where the average person, and I'm not saying I'm better than any fucking body else, where the average person would have said, fuck all this. I'm done. And I ain't saying I'm done by going back home to Chicago. I'm done like off themselves probably. Damn.
And I still find reasons that make me like, nah, that's the easy way out. That's the coward's way out. I mean, aside, the attitude, the kids love me, so. But hey, man, before this get all emotional and shit, I want to thank you, Rudy, for being a member of the Super Villain Squad. First and foremost, bro, I appreciate you from my heart. People want to go ahead and reach out to you on social media and encourage you. How can they do that?
Well, our podcast is Minority Movie Report. Everywhere you can find us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I think Twitter we're just Minority Movie. And then you can find me on Firechild 460, but it's spelled real weird. It's F1RL3CH1LD 460. Yeah, I was in high school and I thought internet speak was super cool. So don't worry about that. Just Minority Movie Report. You can find it on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. You can find us there. Give us follows. We will be posting episodes hopefully in the next 2 weeks once we get some stuff recorded.
Nice, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for taking this time with me, man. This is a blast. I love. There's a reason I'm loving doing these, man. Just having this real, just candid conversation. This shit was so dope, man. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. Again, the patrons, the members of the squad, you will get this when you see it. It's going to be early, but then a week later, it's out to everybody else to see. All right, we will holler at y'all a wee bit later. Take care. We out.
Bye.
Bye.